Okay, so now we have all our designs, all our uploads. I think I forgot one upload, sorry. Let me add this upload. That's back. We need a back upload. Where is this? Okay, sorry. So that's the backup. We need a backup. This one here. So let me resize it so it makes sense. Okay, this upload, this one you can get it from. Let me delete it. Sorry, I forgot where I actually got it from. This back upload you can get it from directions. This is it. You can get it from this, and then you can go to costumes. It's back, not forward. This is forward, so and then change it. You know, that different. It's basically direction, so it's the same costumes, but when you upload it, then you have to specify what you want. So I'll select it. Yeah. So it's actually this, not the other one. That's for the back that you want. It's actually this. So this is it. We have our back. So now we have all our elements. It's time to start doing some programming. So let's go. What's the first thing we need to do? First thing we need to do is that when I start my application. So remember, you are using the worksheet, the textbook, and Scratch. So by this time you finished filling in the name of your elements, a sketch of your element or the design. You finished filling in some parts of the worksheet, and it's left with the logic, what that element will do, right? So at this point you look at, okay, my first element, what will it do? That's my home page element. What will it do? So that's what you write, the purpose. Okay, so we are starting with when the flag is clicked. That's this. We need to program this so that when I start, this is used to start your application. So that when I start my application, this will appear. You get me? So the purpose of this is one, to appear when this is clicked, okay, or to appear when it receives start up. That's the one. That's the purpose of this. Two, when this is clicked, it's supposed to take you to what? Stage 2. That's what the purpose of this. So its purpose is to appear when what? The flag is clicked, and to also send you to your first stage. So let's do that. Now the reason why we upload all the designs, you would understand it better. So I'm coming to write the code for this. I'm going to say that when flag is clicked, send a broadcast message. Right now, this message I'm going to call it start up. Start up means start application. So I've called it start up. Now let me put this here. I'll be coding like from the bottom to the now let me do from the top to the bottom. Also to look weird. So start up. Then I want to tell this particular element, okay, that when you receive this start up, what I want you to do, that I want you to show. So show is under looks. I want you to show. Well, show. I want you to show. Okay. Now I also want to give it a sound. Alright, so let's do the sound. I like the point sound. So point. So I'll go to sound, and then I'll look for point. don't use that sound until done, else the sound will have to end before. So I'll just the sound when it broadcasts or when it's clicked. So at this stage, the only thing that you want to show is this element, right? The first element. That's your home page element. All other elements you want them to hide, and I mean all other elements. You want everything here to hide except this. So all you have to do is write when I receive. So now I've moved to this element. Can you see that? When I receive start up, all I want you to do is hide. So this is simple. Okay. Now it's even more simple because then you can just copy and dump it in this. So right now what I'm doing is that I'm dumping the code in each element, making it simple. You know if it's like, you see that it shakes when I move around it, then you're certain that it's going to enter, else it might not go inside. So I need to use this. So I'm hiding, so I'm still in the hiding process. Still hiding elements. 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 So I want all the elements to hide. Still hiding elements. I want all the elements to hide. You see that? So now if I go, you see, you can see that they are all there. Hide. Any elements I click. So watch this. When I click this, you see every element is hidden now, and you can only see this. So my first code is done. It's in the textbook. You can refer to the textbook. The first code, when I receive start up. When I receive start up, you can use any word, but when I receive start up, all elements should hide, and only this element should show. Very important. So we are done with the first stage. Now the second stage is we are still using this element. Second stage is what's second stage? I'm doing another work on the side. Second stage is when I click this. I want you to start another. I want you to send another message, right? Send another message that says stage 1. Yeah, you can do it like that, or you can send any message once it works for you. So we go to events. This time we're programming this. When this sprite is clicked, it's to what broadcast. I want to usually use names that you can makes sense, so that when someone sees the code, it makes sense. So I want to use start up. Let me use day select. Day. It can be anything, but I'm just using day select. Day select page. You understand? It can be stage. You could use stage 1. I'm just using day select page, but at this point in time, that's what speaks to me the most. So day select page. So when I click this sprite, it will send a message called day select page, and I still wanted to make that point sound. Point is point, right? Point sound. So I put it there. Day select page. Now when this element itself, when the elements that we are coding, this element that we are coding, when it receives this message, what do we want it to do? In other words, when we click this element, what do we want this element in particular to do? We want it to disappear because we are going to another page where it should not be there. So we need to program it and say that when I receive day select page, it should hide. As simple as that. So this program is basically show and hide. Honestly, it should hide. So with this code that I write, we want everything to hide except the day elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can copy this just drag and drop it in all other elements. You can decide to do this or not, as in dropping all elements, because the elements, these ones are actually not there already. You understand? So you can decide not to do it, or you can decide to still do it. It shouldn't hurt anybody, but I am doing it just for as a precaution, in case something goes wrong. At least I have a safety net in some of my code. Sorry, this one's not working. Okay. Then you want these ones to what? To show. So when I receive the select page, I want you to what? To show. So let's draw this in here. So we're good. Okay. So now let's take it again. When we start, this is what shows. When we click, this is what shows. You get me? So these are the elements. So let's move the elements so that it look. I'm just supposed to be 5. I only see 4. Let me see 4. It means that something is wrong somewhere. The yellow one is not showing. Either it didn't receive the code. Okay, so the yellow one didn't receive the code. So this is a common mistake. So we just have to drop it inside, then it will receive the code. Right. You realize that my sizes are not equal, right? So you can make your sizes better. So my sizes are not equal. When I design, I try to make yours equal. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we are done with stage 1. When I click start, this appears. And then stage 2, when I click, it goes to the day elements. Now stage 3 is the longest stage. I wish I could skip it, but yeah, stage 3 is the longest stage. Stage 3 says that when I click this, a particular set of subjects will appear. When I click this, a particular set of subjects, when I click this and this. So that's what we're coming to do. This video is going to be long. So simple. Let's start with the red. So when the red is clicked here, I'm not going to think deep about like the subjects, what to do where, because any class can have any subject. So Monday they'll do science, music, math, ICT. Tuesday music, math, ICT, geography. Wednesday math, ICT, geography, English. Thursday ICT, blah blah blah. I'm just going to sort of put them like one. So when this is clicked, so we are here, we are on the red one. Red one is Monday. We are saying when Monday is clicked, show me science, music, math, and ICT. Basically that's it. Everything else should hide except the back. The back should be there, the arrow that goes back, so that you can go back to your day subject page. Basically. Oh gosh. Sorry. So let's take this. Let's take this. So we're on the red one, right? So we are going to say once again, when the sprite is clicked, send a broadcast message. Broadcast this message. Broadcast a message, and that message should be Monday, right? Because it's Monday, so I'm going to use the broadcast message. Monday subjects. We good? Yeah. So it's sending a message called Monday subjects. So let's make this. So we have to do when I receive Monday subjects, you get me, what you should do. To make our work fast, let's create all the broadcast messages. So the broadcast messages are going to be Monday subject, Tuesday subject, Wednesday subject, Thursday subject, and Friday subject. You get me? Else we'll have to go and come. So let's create more broadcast messages. So Tuesday subjects. Remember that you can name it anything once you understand. Tuesday subject. Wednesday subjects. Thursday. So when this price is clicked, broadcast on the subject. When this price is clicked, I'm come to see this. I'm like a shortcut. So this is when they start broadcast on the subject. I'm going to write when this price is clicked, broadcast on Tuesday subject. That's when this price is clicked. That's the second price. Broadcast on Tuesday. Okay, there's an issue. So this is a setback. Okay, this is normal. The setback is that I made a mistake. The mistake I made was that I wrote when you create a broadcast, it only exists for the element you created it for. It means that element is the one sending the broadcast. You understand? So when you create a broadcast, it exists for that element. I'm going to confuse. Okay, so let's create. So let's create a series. So basically I'm redoing it. Okay, change the subject. When this price is clicked, broadcast Wednesday subjects. I hope you are following. Who am I even talking to? Okay, I think there's a subject. Okay, now my time is setting. Okay. And then there's broadcast. There's one broadcast. Broadcast Friday. Okay. Now, irrespective of whatever we click, we need all of them to disappear, because now we're going to stage 2. Right? We need all of them to disappear. Irrespective of whatever we click. So when I click this, So when I receive Monday subject, I need all this to disappear and only show me what Monday subject. So when I receive Monday subject, have I done that already? So when I receive Monday subject, I want you to what? Hide. Let's remember that we are still using that the sound. So let me find it. Sound. This is a long tutorial, man. When I receive Monday subject, hide, right? That's practically for all the days. Okay. So when you go, so you want everything to hide except the Monday subject and back. So Monday subjects are science, music, math, ICT. So what I need to hide is geography and English. Then the arrow must show. So now let's go and program the ones that are to show when they see Monday subject. When I receive Monday subject. So these codes we put them inside already. When I receive, oh god, pardon the noise in the background, jeez. It's light off everywhere, so I came into my parents' place to make this video happen. When I receive. Okay, so when I receive Monday subject, you want it to show. So you want it to show when I receive Monday subject. So for the subjects that you want them to show, this is what you do. We want science, music, math, and ICT pictures to show for our user. So then we put them here. Then we put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this should be it. So we have it. We have them here. We have science, music, math. So if you realize that something is not fitting, it means you have to go back to your design tool. So like my math and my ICT are too big for this page, so I go back to my costumes. I can resize my math. I use a selector tool. I select around it and I resize it. Bam. So that's it. So I'm done with now back also needs to show. Back also needs to show, very important. Back also needs to show. Back also needs to show. Okay. So let's go back. So back is showing now. Let me just reposition. side of this so that it makes sense in there. I'll just position it as well. No big deal. Okay, so we have it. Then you have to program the back. Okay, so that's it. So now I've programmed my code server. Let me position these things as well. Wherever I click, it takes me here. This brings me here. So you've seen what I've done. I think I'll end here because I've done basically everything. Once I've done it for one, you should be able to do it for all the other elements. Do it for this, do it for this, do it for this, do it for this. You understand? And just program your back this so that when you click on it, I've not programmed this, but so that when you click on it, it takes you back. So just say when the sprite is clicked, broadcast back, then you write a code for all the elements to hide except these elements. You want these elements to show again because back should bring you back here. So that's basically it. I'll end here. So what I expect for you is to do your timetable mess application and then send it to me. And then basically, and then I'm sure that you, at least I am confident that you understand it. Basically that's it. Thank you very much for spending time to watch this video. So forgive me if I did anything weird in the process because I'm tired, I have a running stomach, a lot of things, but I need to make it happen. So thank you so much. God bless you.